you. Oh, no, she's this. Here we are, Thursday. Oh God, is it? Yes, Thursday. Janine's just coming. Hello! Wanda! Can you get up? Can you get up? Come on! Oh, look, this stool's really high. You coming in? Do you not think it's hot? Look, we haven't got halos. Take off half your suit.
Yeah, my shirt's on inside out too.
Ah!
Self-composed here.
Yes, and decent. And it is actually Thursday.
My birthday party got cancelled.
Why?
Nobody's going.
I was going, Nick was going.
We could just have a party.
We can have a party here. This is an awful time of year. Everybody's upset. And Olaf went to...
Everybody's on vacation. Oh, are we on?
Yeah, everybody does go on vacation. You know why? Because it's rotten
I know
weather.
why. I know why. Yeah, I
It's
know
rotten
why every
weather.
day. Yeah, freezing to death.
Anyway,
Oh,
get
we
there.
are on.
I know.
We started on time. I'm not used to that.
I know, and you know, I even cleaned the screen thing because we had that sort of like, remember they used to, with all these glamorous people who probably weren't glamorous in real life, they used to put Vaseline over the lens to blur all their wrinkles.
We can do that?
Well, I had that going on last night and it was just a sort of hazy mess, so I gave up. I was like, stuff this for a game of monkeys, and continued on our way.
I think we should put lots of Vaseline
Well,
on the screen.
no, we should just put it on our face.
Right, right.
Forget the camera. We'll be fine. And look, this is from Jan Gerhold. Yes, it is.
We had a very nice donation today from someone that I have put in my phone here.
Oh.
We're getting organized, which is really nice, because I was able to, from Karen Viscup,
Viscup. Yes.
from
Iowa. And why are you asking me? Iowa, I think.
Yeah. Yes. So
They sent us a very kind donation.
they're a very nice donation.
Thank you.
And I was able to send that to what's her name? Brittany, our new person,
Our new organised person.
and she's going to send them a hat. Of course, we have to order more hats,
No,
but
yes,
that's the
naturally.
way.
That's a small drop in the ocean.
Yeah, so I'm able to. I've always done that. Like whoever gives us a donation, I save it in my phone. Like I'm going to send them a thank you. Do I ever get around to it? No.
Do you always look at the addresses and go, why did I save that again?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I
That
know.
kind of stuff.
Thank you, Jan. And
Jan.
also, did
That
you
was
see
a flash just went by the window. That was Larky.
Arky? That's okay.
He's running back and forth from the window there
Yeah.
to the bunnies. He's tormenting the bunnies.
Oh, right. I'm going to do Jan's. People who work at desk jobs, are likely to go to the bathroom more often. That is so true.
Because you want to get up and move.
Yeah.
Oh,
You want to break the monotony. And also, not only that, it's not as cold. So you're not quite as worried going to the bathroom as when you go to the bathroom here. You're like, whoa, freezing.
I go to the bathroom very rarely.
Yes.
Because I have a snowmobile suit.
Oh,
I
yeah,
got to
that's
take the
even
top
worse.
off just to get to the bottom.
Yeah.
Very fashionable.
And that's a very chilly process.
Yes.
More than half of American presidents have served in the military at some point in their lives.
When do you want to get over
Still
here?
Still time for the current one. Rice will be on the dinner table of 18% of Americans tonight.
Be on my dinner table.
Won't be a 9.
What do you have for
I have
dinner?
no idea. Haven't got that far.
I got this new soup out of a glass jar
Ooh.
the other day, and it's delicious.
Is
And
it-
I mix it with rice, and
It's like a meal.
it's like it's a vegetable soup because you know I like to try to be at least 70% vegetarian, not 100, because I did have a cheeseburger with.
And he didn't bring me a cheeseburger
No,
home.
it was yesterday.
Oh,
I had a
yesterday.
cheeseburger- yeah, I had a cheeseburger with you and Nick yesterday, Elizabeth and Nick. But I've been eating vegetarian since.
Yes.
Until the next time I fall off the wagon, and they come out of a glass bottle, and I
Oh.
split it into 3 meals, and I mixed it with rice. It's delicious.
Well, do you know another thing? Well, our next trip to Costco. Costco do the blind soup in bags.
Oh,
Right?
yeah,
And
those
I
are
actually,
good.
and I buy the steamable rice that you do in the microwave. So I have rice, soup, job done.
Yeah, job done, yeah. Especially this time of year because
Yeah.
it's so cold.
And it just makes it thick and lovely.
Yeah.
And also sometimes I do put a little scratching of Parmesan cheese on the top.
little scratching.
Just a little scratching.
I do a little handful.
A little handful.
And Wanda also likes
Parmesan
Parmesan cheese
cheese.
on everything. And we've run out of Parmesan cheese. So,
Shh. Don't tell
yeah,
her.
we've run out of Parmesan cheese.
She's like,
so
what
they-
was that?
So if Wanda's looking a little upset today, it's because I guess I ate Parmesan and the But anyway, so yes, rice is on.
Rice is good.
On
and,
my menu.
And that round one that you get from Costco is really good.
Yeah.
It comes out sticky
Yeah,
and everything.
Yeah.
And you went to hunt today with Nick
I went to hunt.
and the bunnies.
Yes.
Wanda.
Cannot get to at the barn. Okay, so the cameras should be up. Somebody sent me a message that the cameras were down. I went and checked; both of them were up. If you, I know that Brittany updated the website, so the links are on Goldy's Farm website at the top until the cameras go down again. But we have Brittany's helping us, so she has the time to, every time the cameras go down, to adjust what's on the website. So
Oh, thank
for the
goodness.
foreseeable future, you can go to the website as the dog flies by the window again. You can go to the website, and if you click on the yard camera, it should bring you to the yard camera. And the cameras are up, so that's
Yes.
good. Yes, so go to the website.
We had to reboot last
I
night.
mean, I have to go through all this with Carlene too, who has now become the worst camera person we've ever had.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
So judgmental.
so judgmental. Where are you, like I'll be doing something in the aisle. Where are you going? Who's that with
know.
you? The dog, she's always saying that. The other day she's like, when you feed out the hay, you put it in the hay net. You should clear out the bottom because all the good stuff falls out. And that little pony really likes the good stuff. And then we were talking about something. Oh, we're talking about Maybelline. She's like, well, maybe you should. Maybelline has a friend that's a cow, a donkey. That little cow Maybelline likes that little donkey. She couldn't tell me which one.
Charlie.
You should make sure that Charlie goes with her to the new home. And I'm like, no. Maybelline is going to a herd of cows.
A cow home. The whole problem has
she's-
been she's terrified of the donkeys.
Yeah, she's hit the jackpot on cow
Yeah.
farms to go. It's like a
Oh.
beautiful farm with, a whole herd of cows her size.
Cow friends.
Yes, she's gonna have cow friends.
Yeah.
So, girl and boy cow friends. So
And it
it's
looks
great.
like the loveliest place.
Yeah,
It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
anyways, and then last night I was working there, and I guess because I never got to clean. I didn't clean the arena yet either, so I have to go down and clean the arena. And I walked down the aisleway, and she didn't see me walk back, and she was texting me while I'm in the. Where are you? Did you fall on the ice and crack your? No.
And then she
I'm
phoned
just cleaning
me
the arena.
and she said, I have seen Janine go one way, but she's not come back the other
Yeah,
way.
if I don't answer,
And I'm like, which way was that then? And she's like, she went one way and she's not back. Have you checked? I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I happen to know that she's on the way to you to pick up Wanda.
right?
Oh,
right.
that's
right.
fine.
She forgot she had Wanda on the
Yeah.
bed with her because Wanda, when I got there, was
Yeah.
underneath the covers. It was a cold
Were
day
you?
yesterday. It was very cold.
She's like, my ears get cold. My ears get cold.
Yeah. So,
Did you bring your phone?
yes, I did.
Oh, wow.
I've lost it already. Didn't I just? Oh, it's right here.
Oh.
Yeah. So the bunnies, and we went with.
How many
Nick.
did you see?
We saw.
It looked like in the picture, the video,
It
there
was,
was a lot
yeah,
of people.
but then we went. I learned that there's a the two wings that we always go to.
Uh-huh.
They call them the transitional
Transitional.
wings. So we went into the transitional wings, and I didn't know what that meant, and so I asked today. And transitional
Transitional.
are the hospice. They call it transitioning to the
Other side.
Other side.
Yeah.
So we went there and met with a bunch of people. We probably did 10 rooms going inside of rooms and meeting people was really quite nice.
And sometimes they're double rooms as well.
Yeah,
It's
Nick was
too
getting a
bad.
little depressed on me though.
See. It's his first trip.
It's his
Larry.
first trip. It takes a while. Like there was a few. I mean, it's a lot. Going in the one room with the seniors that are, they're all just
Yeah.
old, as I can say that because I'm old, so I'm not being discriminatory or anything. There's old seniors in there, and a lot of them they have joy and they get so excited and they try to
Yes.
talk to you. And then when you go into the other places, you get some reactions really,
But,
like
yeah.
you can tell these people are not well, and that they're like and they, you know, will just look at you. Some of them will try to talk to you, but you can't really understand them, that kind of stuff. So it's not, there's this one little woman that was, when we left, she said, you know, we're expecting in a few days. And her little hand was so bony, was patting the rabbits, and she just was looking, and that was when Nick was like, looking for Nick. But I've gotten used to it. I've gotten used to it. And you know, it's sweet because you kind of think, well, it's probably the last time she's going to pat an animal.
Yeah.
And it was really like her little hand was just like.
And they're so nice, those wee rabbits.
Yeah. Oh, the
big
rabbits. Well, I've decided there's one big rabbit that's heavier, and every time we had to pick up the rabbits, I ended up with
that one?
I got the heavier one, and one that's the smaller one is a little wilder. So
Yeah.
so finally I figured out which, and they look identical. So what are they? They're Chirpy
Ziggy.
and Ziggy.
Chewy.
Sorry,
And Ziggy.
Chirpy, Chewy, and so people always ask their names, and like I'll have a rabbit. They'll go, what are their names? And Nick and I will both be like, Chewy. No, that one's Chewy. This one's Ziggy. But you can't tell them apart. Except for one is a little bigger and one has a floppy ear.
And I never noticed that floppy ear. Do you know that?
It's just a little
I know,
slight
it's
flop.
just a touch.
Yeah.
And sometimes the other ones gets head on the side, so it's useless.
Yeah, that little floppy one is the better one.
Yeah,
handles.
he's nice.
But they were so good. They don't, when you pick them up, they're all squirmy. They want to get down. And then if you hold them comfortably,
Yeah.
they just sit there. And
They're like ragdoll cats,
They're
aren't
like
they?
dead weight.
Yeah, but they're like those ragdoll cats that go
just,
boom.
They just,
Yeah.
and you know, they kind of interact a little bit with people. I think they like it. And then you put them down on the floor and they hop around, and that was like people were giggling. Like they would hop up, and then you know,
Yeah.
jump up and say hello to somebody, and then they'd go underneath the table, and people would be like, "Where are they?" And that was good. And Wanda gets to go when we do bunny jobs because she's the only dog that we have that doesn't
Want to eat them.
It's a problem.
It's because they're a bit bigger than her.
Yeah, that's a problem. Although you know what she does?
No.
She tried to hump them. You know, yeah, she does that to a lot of dogs. I guess it's a power
It's a
thing.
dominance thing.
When they you know do that dog humping thing. She tried to do that with the rabbit today. That was a bad girl.
That's embarrassing.
That was a bad girl.
People
And
don't get to
yesterday,
see
what
that.
was it on Tuesday? I might have told. Did I tell the story on what happened with Penny on Tuesday?
Oh no.
I think I told you. So we brought Penny. Again, we were in Rockport. We were going room to room. We'd already done the activity room. There was a lot of people up there, and we were doing the room to room, and there was. I usually when we do the room to room, I have just Larky and Sizzle. It was just me on that job, so I didn't want to leave Penny in the car, and I thought, oh, well, see how she does. We walk down the hallway, and we get to the first room that we're about, and usually we say to whoever's in the room, you know, do you want the dogs to come in? And they always say yes, but we stopped, and I'm standing there with Larky and Sizzle, and Penny and Wanda are right over here, and Wanda took a turn and went to the room across the way, and Wanda jumped on the bed, and I was right behind them, and so did Penny, and there was somebody in the bed. So Penny just was trying to do she was trying to learn the game.
She's like, I got this, Wanda.
Yeah, I'm supposed to jump on the bed.
Naturally.
And the woman, who I guess has been very non-verbal, became very verbal. She didn't really like that. But then she was giggling and she was fine and everything. But it was, yeah, so I immediately put
Well, that's one way to get people to
Penny
speak.
on a lead. Yeah. And there was an aide in there too. Like,
an aide.
Yeah, that was there. That happened to be there when the whole thing happened, but it happened so quickly. So Penny's on. She's on a leash when she does these. Until she learns not to do that.
Yes.
So yeah, she tried to climb earlier that day. There was a woman in a wheelchair. She tried to slowly climb into her lap, and she did sit on a few people. She's learning the job. Let's just say that.
She's learning the job. She's not learning her size, though.
No, like she backs up to people,
Yeah.
and then she'll sit on them. And
I know.
I mean, some people find it really cute, but she'll be backing up to the very frail little woman in a wheelchair. You're like, no, Penny.
And she's like, no, I got this. I got this.
I got this. I'm supposed to sit on her now, aren't I?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So
She's funny.
that has never happened before.
No.
Having one of the Great Danes jump on somebody.
No.
But those are the visits. I don't even know. So we don't have a visit tomorrow because I'm going in for my kidney
checkup.
evaluation.
Yes.
Yeah. and
See that she's got to.
I've got two, and so I will not be
Visiting
anything tomorrow. And
Which hospital are you going first for that?
Mass General.
Which one? Is it Burlington?
No, I'm going all the way into Boston. And I have to, okay, so check this out. I have to be there at 8 a.m. No coffee. No caffeine. Does that mean I can have decaf?
That means you have to leave at 5:30.
Yeah, I'm leaving at 6:30. Yeah.
No, you can't have decaf either. Is it not a colour thing?
No, it's not a color thing. She just said it's a caffeine thing because they're doing a stress test.
Oh, but you don't want you don't want
I'll have to read the directions.
you don't want decaf because what's the point? It's
What's
just a
the point?
diuretic.
Yeah, so they're going to do a stress test. They're doing a visual
About a
CAT
scan.
a scan to see whether my size of my kidneys are appropriate. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
So, but that means that at some point I'm going to be down for 6 weeks. If they do choose me to donate the kidney, then I will be. Elizabeth said she'd take care of me for 6 weeks. Isn't
I
that
did.
Nice?
We're going to South Carolina, leaving
Right.
Caroline in charge.
Yeah, everyone's leaving.
We're going to
run.
Yeah, we're going to recuperate in warmer climates. We've
Yes.
decided.
Someone just said the decaf still has caffeine in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will like to. I
And
warned
it's
them.
such a waste of effort.
I know.
decaf.
I warned them
Ugh.
that because they called today to make sure I was going to come, and remind me that I'm not supposed to eat anything or have any caffeine. And I was like, just want you to know I'm probably going to be a little mouthy in
Yep.
the morning.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So.
And then when they start doing those incline, I'm an expert at stress tests. You know that. I fail
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
When they start doing the incline and say, "Are you comfortable?" You're like, "Yeah." Yeah, you go, hay bales.
bales,
I
hay
can do
bales.
this. I can do this.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway.
Oh, Roger Reed is going to take care of Wanda for 6 weeks. Good luck with that. She's like the ransom of Red Sheep. He'll be bringing her back in 2 days. It's like Chester.
Yeah, but
Everyone loves Chester till they take him home for a day.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I took who was it? I took that little. I keep calling her Delight. She's called Flower. I'm so confused.
She's a
I'm not even
terrible
vaguely
animal.
this.
Yeah, Flower.
She's been really adorable. She's very cuddly. Don't ask what's wrong with her.
Yeah. Well, you know, she just went through a bad stage because I think we were using her all the time, and then we started using Delight because we thought she was pregnant, and send Chester too.
Oh yeah, that actually this is looking quite a good deal.
We're sending my mother too, Roger.
Oh, yes. Well, you know what? She would like a little trip to Florida for 6 weeks.
Yeah, she comes with Chester
And Wanda.
maybe Penny. Oh, definitely Penny. And 2 goats.
Oh, actually,
Naughty
that's
goats.
very true.
4 naughty goats.
That's very.
Then we don't have to go to South Carolina, do we?
No, we'll be fine here. Do you know the number of people you say to, have you got any interest in goats? And they say, oh, I had goats. Had to get rid of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, we've got somebody who's
can
had
tell-
to get rid of.
Yeah, you can tell people that have had goats that were terrible, and you can tell people that have had goats and people that don't, like, oh my God, goats are so cute, and people that have had goats are like, no, I've had goats, and that's just like not even just I've had goats.
Yeah.
Period.
And I don't have them any longer, and there's a reason.
Yeah.
Even Ashley, who's super and would take in anything in need, I keep saying to her, goats, and she goes, oh, no. I'm
Yeah,
like,
she would take
really?
it. I've seen her come home from New Holland with a cow in her back seat. So yeah, she would take anything.
Yeah, apart from goats. They're like, it's a definite hard no, which is a bit embarrassing, really, because our goats are delightful. I've got to start saying to people, the goats are really delightful.
They are.
They are so well trained. They're actually full of personality, but that
Not
one,
a personality you'd want to be around, but
and that one that keeps headbutting you, I'm like, honestly.
oh, the hook is the headbutt's not bad.
No, it's the hook.
though.
Yeah.
Well, I yelled at her about the hook.
Well, she's still doing it.
You hit her with your gloves on the head when she does.
I
it.
had
She
a
gotta-
bucket in one hand and a bucket in the
then
other.
You're just
Oh,
you just have
donk.
Yeah. You got to swing stuff at her. She's got to learn not to do
I
that.
do. And there's a bucket of hot water going down, to make the feed. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, you do not want me to splash this on you guys.
Yeah, she's got to learn not to do
Yeah.
that because she
Really
will
funny.
be in forever in goat jail if she.
Goat, yeah.
Yeah, because she almost got me the other day.
Yeah, she's an absolute stinkeroonie.
Yeah.
Get a bit sick of that goat. So how many people do you think you saw on Tuesday? Because
I wrote it down someplace. I wrote it down. I think it was more like 40.
on Tuesday.
And probably.
You probably saw about 40 today.
Yeah, roughly the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say there was 25, and then all the people that we saw.
What were you eating? What are you eating?
Wanda's not eating anything. She's just eating.
She's finished
Yeah.
it.
So after I was done with the the rabbits today, I went and I had Brittany, our new person, our IT special. What are we calling her?
Brittany.
Brittany. Okay, Brittany, who's doing the, she's doing a lot of, she's going to redo the website. She's just getting us electronically organized, which is quite a challenge. And she handed me a whole bunch of shirts to be mailed today. So then I went to,
Nice.
I went to the post office. And then I went to the tax assessor because our tax, I'm trying to get our agricultural tax. So, I just stopped. I went and I met, because I thought the deadline was in February 3rd, but it's actually not till the fall. So we're going to try to get the taxes for this property reduced because of agricultural, which there's a high likelihood. And a lot of people have asked me why the Service Dog Project, by the way, this is a little bit of a tangent, why the Service Dog Project paid the taxes instead of rent to the property. The taxes in the contract, which, by the way, my mother paid the taxes, but in the contract it says that that the Service Dog Project, in lieu of rent, would pay the taxes and for this property. And the reason being is because the Service Dog Project was in my mother's will as they would have a stay of
execution. No, it's not one of those.
No, not a stay of
they would have an allowance.
Yeah, they were allowed to stay on the property for 5 years for free, 10 years, and then after 5 years they were supposed to pay my sister and I $1,000 a month in rent. But she took that all out and she just gave them 10 years, but they were responsible for paying all of the expenses, including the real estate taxes, so that when and if my mother dies, and she did this in 2014 when she wrote the contract. If my mother was to die, then the cost of this property would not fall on Gwen or I, my sister and I. So we wouldn't have to have the Service Dog Project on the family asset, the farm, and also pay for the real estate and the electric and anything else related to the Service Dog Project. In 2014, the Service Dog Project had been using the house, every single piece of the property, with the exclusion of my mother's bedroom. So it made perfect sense, and it was set up so that if something catastrophic happened,
it was set up so that you inherited 10 years of the Service Dog Project.
Right. So, because I had this conversation with my mother a while back, and a lot of ways it was actually beneficial because it allowed us to start Goldy's farm, but it also means that we don't have the Service Dog. Could you imagine if we got stuck with the Service Dog Project for 10 years?
I know.
So
they wouldn't want to be stuck with us.
Yeah, they wouldn't want to be stuck with us either.
But the thing is,
that's the story behind the whole taxes but in addition to it, it was just in the contract, and then my mother for 8 years had been paying the taxes out of her own bank account. So it was just a document that would kind of lay a foundation in case they needed to. And it turned out to be a contract that we had to abide by. And that expired December 31st in 2024. So we followed the instructions on the contract and allowed them to stay till the end of December 2024.
Oh my gosh, that would be 2034.
I know.
Well, my mom's not dead. We're fine.
Yeah. So, if my mother had, so it's all good. It's all good. And my mother assured me that she had changed the will, so it's no longer. My mother's will is her private. I don't ask a lot, but I did make sure that the Service Dog Project can't come back.
Can you imagine the trauma of your mother passing away and then finding you'd be like, what?
And then I have to have the service dog
Ask them
project back. Yeah, so that's the story behind all of that for all of you people who have asked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that clarifies that
Yeah,
problem.
so,
And the yeah, because that sorted that all out.
yes, so we're all sorted. Goldie's Farm's doing fantastic.
Called Phoebe.
I know, she's a delicate flower. She's a delicate flower. I brought Sizzle in the car with me this afternoon. She likes to go for a drive.
She does. She just doesn't like to get out.
Yeah. So, questions. Carlene's doing well. She's coming home as soon as they're making such fantastic progress on
They're doing a great job.
on the laundry that we're now calling the White House. That probably will be done, I'm guessing, next week.
That would be lovely.
So she's super excited to get out. Super
What are
excited.
we called? We're called Goldie's Farm.
And she's doing fine. And yeah. So I'm going to visit her right after this and bring her something to eat for dinner. She's complaining about the food and concerned she's losing weight. So I tried to bring her either breakfast or dinner. Today, because I had the job, it'll be dinner. So what else do we got?
Oh, you know what? You're not on the
My
internet.
phone
Do you know
is...
why that is?
No, because my phone is just not cooperating.
It's because you're not on the Goldies, the HQ.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Wanda, stop it. Stop
Oh,
it.
I think we paused as well. Woo!
Yeah, so
We did a technological
Yeah.
a technological thing.
yeah, we just did. She shared her password from one. Yeah.
Well, the phone did. I don't know what we did. We went, oh, look at that!
Yeah.
Right, look, there's that.
Okay.
There's us here. Why don't I get the kiss Johns?
All right. I'll do questions.
Kiss Johns.
All right.
Has Carlene's will been changed to remove?
Yes.
It
Well,
sure
that's she
has.
told me that. It still could be her final last.
Yeah,
joke to
exactly. When is Gwen coming to the farm?
No time soon that I'm aware of. Yeah, she's a little afraid of winter, as I am.
Oh, any possibility of a White House tour? Yes, but we'll let the gentlemen get out of the way because
Yeah.
we keep going in and going, ooh, and then they go, oh, we're busy. We're like,
Yeah, there was a
okay.
little bit of a flaw in the communication, and riding to the job with Nick today, because he's a management consultant, he took that time to consult me on my ways, and one of the things he said was, you and Elizabeth need to communicate more, and I'm like, you don't think we talk? I'm so sick of her. We talk in the morning,
In the middle of the
in
day,
the middle of the
in
day,
the evening.
16 times a day. But
Yes,
there's
I know.
then this morning. Okay, so I'm melting down because we've had some Verizon issues and it always puts me
Again.
in a bad mood. So I'm melting down, and Penny kept me up last night. Oh, yeah,
Again.
So I got up this morning. I'm trying to take all the hay bales. There's literally 100 hay bales up in the loft, and I figured 15. I'm going to do a 15 a day to get all of the hay out of the hay loft. I know it seems counterintuitive to take hay out of a hay loft, but I want them all out of there because the ladder to get up in the hay loft was a great idea when I was like
Small.
20. I just do right up there, but people are struggling with that hayloft ladder, and I was like, it's kind of dangerous. We now have a hay storage room, so let's use that, and I'll just get all these. So I'm in the process of unloading another. I did 15 yesterday. I'm gonna do 15 today. I got a sore wrist, and I'm being very careful.
Yeah.
And the freaking hay truck shows up with another 100 bales of hay to put up in the hayloft.
You're welcome.
Thanks to her. And I'm like, no, you're not gonna. I'm gonna have to move that 100 bales down. No. And the guy was like, well, you'll have to talk to I'm just the driver, and we're supposed to deliver, and it says I'm supposed to put it in the hayloft. I'm like, no, you're not putting it in the hayloft. No. So we got the person, and they're like, no, Elizabeth ordered the hay in the hayloft. It's got to go in the hayloft. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not. But fortunately, when I really started to melt down, Elizabeth showed up, and she made it all better. She sent them over to Meredith.
I said, you can take it to Meredith.
Yeah, so now Meredith has too much hay. We have plenty of hay. Someone went up to the hayloft, and the 100 bales is behind a massive wall of shavings, like baled shavings. So you don't see it when you're up there, but there's 100 bales behind the wall of shavings. And I don't even know why we have a wall of shavings.
Well, you know what? You see to put the shavings up there, and they're in paper sacks.
Yeah, and they break.
And then they break when you come down. I don't know how they got them up, and I don't know how we're going to get them down without them breaking. It's a mess. But I think we should lift the ceiling and drop them into the stalls.
Lift the ceiling.
Well, you know, there's holes in the floor of the hayloft that goes down.
Okay, Carly, we're just going to cut a hole in the ceiling and
No, there are
drop
holes
them.
already there.
I know
you can fall
but
in.
they're this big for hay. Those are for slices of hay.
Oh.
Not. We'd have to. I mean,
We could
I'm not against
we
it.
could enlarge them.
I'm not against it. I'm just making fun of it because
No.
it sounds like a Carlene idea.
It does
We'll
sound
just
like a
cut
Carlene.
hole. I mean, it would
Yeah, but
make
your mum,
life a
and then
lot-
your mum would have said, but we'll put a flap on it, and we'll put baling twine so you can lift it up and down remotely from downstairs. So you see, the baling twine would go through the hole in the little flap, down through a hole in the floor, and you'd pull it from downstairs.
Yeah.
But then again, you've still got to get somebody to push it down the hole.
Right, you still have to, yeah. And
It's
the other
horrible.
problem with going upstairs in the hayloft is that when you're dropping hay bales, as I do in the morning with the dogs out,
Oh yeah.
I'm constantly like wondering where are the dogs? Am I going to hit the dogs? Am I going to hit the dogs? I'm going to hit the dogs. And so that's why we're trying to bring the hay bales down. So I only have another 85 to go, and they'll have them all down.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Sounds like a plan.
I think I'm getting too old for this, but.
So,
Oh, why don't we put them in the yellow? Yeah, then we'd have to truck them across. Yeah, because the yellow container is nowhere near the barn. That's
And-
a great idea, though. Great idea.
the other thing is, there's a smell of mold in it,
Oh yeah,
and I don't want that in the hay.
yeah, that is
Because
we open it.
they
but-
would go in, and the horses go in and go, it smells like mold, I'm not touching
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then Elvis gets all the hay, because he's not bothered about
Yeah,
it at
really.
all.
He's a cow.
He's like, nom.
Yeah.
Oh, so the sandwiches that...
What sandwiches?
Oh, so we went to get our first German Shepherd in the north of England, and it was the biggest process ever. It was like a scary interview. I mean, it was like the most in-depth. You know, you had to get every question right, otherwise you were like
You don't get a dog.
And I took Nick down, and his
So you're in Scotland now when you tell
I
us?
was in
Yeah,
Scotland,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And his role was to control the two children, one of whom was a baby. And I was like, all you need to do, you don't need to answer any questions, I'll just do it, and it's fine. He's like, yeah, not a problem. The woman was lovely, but really intimidating. And she sort of like, can I just pop that down?
Yeah.
And she sort of like, she was like, when I had a husband, I'm like, did she kill him? I was like, oh. And we were sitting there. You know that way when you sit in the low, it was a sofa in a conservatory in a sunroom, and you know when you sit in the low stool and the person's up there, you're like, oh my God, it just feels like going to the headmistress's office because you've done something naughty.
She probably like cut this.
Yeah.
The chair down.
Yeah, so once we'd been through all the dogs that she thought were suitable, etc., the whole process, you know, we still weren't allowed to take the dog home. We had to travel the 400 miles back to Scotland without a dog.
Oh, yeah.
And but as we were leaving, she said, you'll need a wee something to tide you over to get you back to Scotland. And I'm like, thinking I might need a big something. So she brought out these lovely sandwiches that she'd made, and they were made with margarine. Do you remember margarine?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like,
That's awful.
I know. And white bread and ham, and the margarine was thicker than the ham, and I know Nick doesn't like margarine, and ham's not a favourite either, and neither's white bread. So I was sitting there and I watched him. I was like, oh my God, he's had not one but two of these sandwiches. And so we got away from the house, and this woman was absolutely super, and probably just the most correct dog breeder you could ever come across. We got 2 minutes away and we pulled over and we sort of went and I looked at Nick and I went, I didn't think you'd eat that sandwich. And he was like, I too. He said, I was terrified not to. And he was like, oh. It was, I tell you, it's quite something.
Yeah.
Yes, you always say hello to your mum and tell her people are waiting for her.
I do. Don't worry. Yeah. People. She's very well aware of. Right. That I'm taking over this project here.
Animals on Meredith. We have Chester, we have Sunshine, we have Enzo Ferrari, we have Aston Martin, we have Mr. Tedalicious, we have Tenny, we have Hugo, we have Took Quarantine, we have, I'm using my fingers, we have Gertie, we have the 2 alpacas, 10 sheep, and 4 goats.
You're supposed to speak up. Someone just said that. That's a lot.
I know.
It seems like a lot, but everything's turned out together, so
Yeah.
it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Um,
Look at Wanda.
yeah, Wanda's in the house. Someone suggested we use the rolling, those rolling metal stairs for the hayloft. It's got side things, but I don't know if we'd be able to get that. Yeah, because it's not just. It is the ladder, which I don't have a problem with because I've done it for 40 years.
Do you know
but
what?
It's the dropping the hay down and hitting someone.
Do you know what I have a problem with? When I come down that ladder, I actually feel that I'm going to go head first. I go all dizzy.
Well, isn't there a rope on that ladder? There's
Yeah,
a rope. Yeah, there's a
but
rope.
it doesn't help you when you're going whoa.
So
And you've got to reach over the hole.
It's an iron ladder. It's nice. I walk up and down it like you would stairs, but it's actually a ladder. Very angled ladder, so it's
a funny angle.
It's
isn't
at a
it?
funny angle, but you get used to it after 20 years. And there's also a hanging rope there, so I always
like
grab the
hanging
rope with
ropes.
one hand and I walk down the ladder this way, and I swing off the rope and keep moving. It's all one flow, and when I go up, I'm always got a hand on the rope. And so today, when they're working in the bathroom in the laundry White House, I had to explain to the guy. I'm like, one other thing. You need to put a
beam for the rope.
You need to make sure that you put a screw eye or something for the rope. And he's like, rope? I said, yeah, we're going to need a rope in the bathroom. And he's like, what? Why would I put a rope? He didn't get it. So I brought him up to the cabin and I showed him how there's ropes in the shower, there's in the bathroom, there's by my mother's chair.
Yep.
He was like, yeah, they're really nice people that are.
They are.
Yeah. And where is Larky? That's a good question. I left off at the
He's
Larky.
like outside.
Yeah, they're waiting for dinner.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I see him. I see the little nose right there. He's outside the door. They're heckling us from outside.
Oh, there's an Amazon truck. Janine, is there a possibility to store the hay on the yellow container? We saw that one.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
I got glasses on.
Yeah. Yes. Someone says we need an elephant. No, we don't. That's Roger Reed.
Oh!
Yeah, if we get an elephant, it's coming to you with the...
with
Chester.
Penny, Chester, Wanda, and Carlene. Excellent job.
Yeah, better start collecting your peanuts now. So I think that's all. Anything else? All right.
So you're going to have your kidney examined tomorrow.
Going to have my kidney examined tomorrow.
Yes. I'm away to see a lady in a couple of towns over.
For what?
For Lucy Lou.
Oh, Lucy Lou. Yep.
For Lucy Lou. A lovely home for Lucy, which would be super.
She set up a desk. Have you showed them your nice desk?
I did. I showed them yesterday.
Very good. Nice desk. It's starting to feel like it's a headquarters.
Yeah.
We have a desk.
I know.
And IT support.
And an opener.
And an opener. Yeah.
That goes in the desk at the end of the day.
Yep. That's good. Life is looking up.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, tomorrow is Friday.
Sure is. And I think Nick said he was going to go in and do a mail chat with your mum.
Oh, right. Yes. Yep.
It should be super. As long as everything goes okay. And if everything doesn't go okay tomorrow, it'll be us back here. Well, it might not be Janine. She might be resting after her kidney workout.
They're going to give me a stress test. I'm going to have to sleep all afternoon. They don't understand what stress is.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they're going to think, oh, well.
You're like, pretend you're chasing a donkey. Chasing a donkey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mule. It's a mule.
It's heading towards the highway.
Yeah. Run faster.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll see everybody tomorrow.
Yes, that's
Or
lovely.
I won't, but other people will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody will.
Somebody will. We'll be here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, good luck tomorrow, Janine.
Okay. So you're on that